Black Alpha Network. Home of Black excellence. Power to the people.
All right now, what up family? What's really G? Welcome back to the Black Alpha Network, Black Alpha Zone, Black Alpha Space, Black Alpha Lifestyle. One love to all my day ones, one love to all my beloveds out there. I appreciate y'all spending y'all time with me every single time. I don't give a fuck if it's for 5 minutes, 3 minutes, an hour and a half, a whole motherfucking week, a whole motherfucking month, and a whole goddamn year. If you are down with Certified Black Society, put your B1s in the sky and represent this foundational Black American culture to the core. Much love and respect. All this is for the family, and this family right here cannot be fucked with. We know that, and most importantly, they know that. That's why they scared. Hey, every time we step into a building, every time we step into a room, we command presence. We command a whole motherfucking specs. I done been outside the country, and when Black Americans show up, motherfuckers act different. They don't just say, oh, the Americans are here. No, they say the Black Americans is here. They change up their whole motherfucking game. They start singing a whole different tune because they know the shit that they can pull on other people, they can't pull on us. Because our culture is the most dominant, and that is a direct reflection of us because we are the most dominant people. Let me say that one more time. We are the most dominant people. Once again, a foundational Black American, a B1 representative, or a certified Black society citizen is unfuckwittable. We are powerful by nature, we are survivors by nature, and we are excellent by nature. Often imitated, but never motherfucking duplicated. So they can do their motherfucking pop lock, they can sing they goddamn Al Green, they can act like goddamn Tupac, they can do whatever the fuck they want to do. Whatever they see on TV and whatever images they see that we create, and then they try to do their own version of the shit, they can do that shit until the cows come home. They'll never be like us, because they scared. So anytime you hear somebody walking around saying, Black Americans don't have a culture, they scared. Anytime someone's saying, well, what's blackness really? They scared. They only say that shit because they are afraid of what we do. 90% of the motherfucking actions that you see from the dominant society or from some of these other groups, these leeches of color, half the time whenever you hear them say something about us that's derogatory, or if they say something about us that's backhanded, they only say that shit out of fear. Matter of fact, every time these motherfuckers open their mouth and they mention a foundational Black American, it's being spoken out of fear. Why is it being spoken out of fear? Send you back to my previous statement. It's because we unfuckwittable. First fam, the only fam, that be us. But yo, right now, I need you to bang them notifications, smash that like button. I said that we was gonna build this motherfucker step by step. I said that we were gonna stay strong, and I said that we were gonna stay smart, sharp, and focused. That is exactly what we've been doing. This been another year around the sun, man. We've been keeping it B1 fresh. We done jumped off the fucking porch, and we keep this thing going every single day. I appreciate all y'all, because when I first set out to make this happen, I said this is gonna be a us thing. This is going to be about us. It ain't no motherfucker asking for donations. It ain't no motherfucker trying to take your money. It ain't a motherfucker with their hand out. No, this is real Black people speaking real Black issues, engaging, putting our minds together and building. If you ain't building, then you ain't doing nothing. Because when you look around, everybody else is building something for themselves. So don't be the motherfucker out there in the cold and you ain't got nothing while everybody else got big ass mansions and shit. We gonna build a motherfucking mansion on top of another mansion, on top of another motherfucking mansion. Then we gonna put up a big ass sign on that motherfucker and it's gonna say B1 only. Which means if you ain't B1, get your ass the fuck out or you gonna get thrown out the club and ran off the block. Because that's what we specialize in exclusively. Already. But today we're going to talk about the past year, everything that's went on, everything that's went down, half the shit we predicted a year ago, and it's all come to light, it's all came to fruition, but we're going to break that shit down anyway. But most importantly, we're going to talk about what's going to happen in the year coming. We're going to talk about what we got to do next year. We're going to strategize. So that's how we're going to keep it right here today on the Black Alpha Network. We're going to laugh. We're going to tell some motherfucking jokes. We're going to say some wild, off the fucking wall things, because that's how we do, because FBAs are not filtered. FBAs are not censored. We ain't got no motherfucking chill button. We just think it and then we say it. We don't give a fuck. If motherfuckers' feelings get hurt, fuck your feelings. We say what's on our mind and we keep it real. If you're trying to censor a foundational black American or a B1, your ass better go find somebody else. Because we the last motherfuckers you gonna tell what to do. We the last motherfuckers you gonna tell us how to say what we want to say. And we the last motherfuckers you better ever try to sugarcoat. That shit don't work. We reject that and this So we gonna say all that stuff today, man. We're gonna break it down. But at the end of the day, we're gonna laugh. We're gonna stay strong and we're gonna stay unified because we all family. I represent every one of y'all. Y'all represent me, man. We keep this thing together. And I say that with a passion. And I say that from the middle of my motherfucking black soul. You understand? So let's keep this thing going, man. Let's keep this thing pushing and do it for the whole team. 2001. Let's talk about it. Everything that we said was gonna happen in 2020 done happened in 2021. We're gonna get right to it, y'all. Hey, buckle up. We going on a goddamn ride right now. And I appreciate you spending your New Year's Eve with me. If you're listening to this on New Year's, I appreciate you spending your New Year's Day with me. And if you're listening to this shit afterwards, I appreciate that too. Just smash that like button and bang the subscriptions and all is G. 2021 was filled with a lot of things that every other year has been filled with. There's been anti-black racism. That shit ain't going nowhere. There's been cooning. That shit ain't went nowhere. There's been soft shoeing. That ain't went nowhere. There's been tap dancing. There's been super samboing. All of that. Yes, indeed. Every last piece of that has happened. The only difference is that they've tried to reclassify the words, change the label, put a new mask on, just so they can do the same exact action with a different word on it. That's one of their main tactics. It's one of the tactics they use every year. It's one of the tactics that we break down every single episode right here on the Black Alpha Network. And we ship that shit up, repackage it, put a letter on it, send it back to them and say, try again, motherfucker. Because that don't work on B1s. And that's what they've been doing all year. Just put another uniform on the same thing. The same old suit, just reheated. Pretty much every year, they come up with new words for the actions that they've been doing for 400 years. That's their main game. I'll give you one for instance. Critical race theory. That's some shit motherfucker didn't even know about 2020. That was some shit they created in 2021 and just made up some bullshit. This is what they'll do. They'll just sit down at the table and just make up some shit. They'll say, what word can we come up with that'll hide our racism? Oh, I got one, critical race theory. So now you got everybody running around here talking about racism in school and how it hurts the supremacist feelings, all these different things. At the end of the day, what I call critical race theory is supremacy. And that's what everybody should call it. There ain't no motherfucking new actions. There ain't no motherfucking new behaviors. They use the same shit every year, just with a different label on it. Next year, they're going to come up with some other shit. You know what I'm saying? And the year after that, and they just going to keep doing it over and over and over so they can keep hiding. Never use a term just because the dominant society creates it. Every year, the dominant society comes up with new words and motherfuckers don't even think. They just start saying it. It's like they don't even use their fucking mind. Oh, the dominant society said it's a word. It must be. Shit like critical race theory, I give that shit no type of acknowledgement. That shit don't exist. I say it clearly. That is not a real term. You will never hear that in my vocabulary. You will never see that in my dictionary. If you do ever hear me mention it, it'll be followed by me telling you how much bullshit it is. And that's that. The dominant society will never create a term that is meant to uplift who they oppress. The dominant society will never create a term that is meant to spotlight how evil they are. It'll never happen. So if you sit here mimicking the terms that the dominant society creates, then you just went ahead, grabbed shackles and put them on your goddamn self. Oh yeah. You might as well just walk your ass straight to the cotton field and go pick cotton for free. Because it's not always about acting out supremacy. Sometimes it's speaking like supremacy. If the dominant society can get you to talk like a supremacist, then the dominant society can get you to act like a victim of supremacy. Remember that shit. So be very motherfucking cautious with the words you use. And understand, these motherfuckers will never give you a term that means anything of empowerment. Powerless? Yes. Powerful? No. Remember that shit. It's no different than black people saying, get out the sunlight. You gonna get too goddamn dark this summer. Motherfuckers say that shit to their kids every summer. Don't even know where they got it from. You know where they got that shit from? They got that shit from the supremacists. Or black folks say, man, I gotta stay out the sun this summer, man. I'm not my natural color. You ever notice that the natural color is always lighter, right? Motherfucker, maybe the dark color is your color. God damn it. But where they get that from? They got that from black is bad. Black is bad came from the system of supremacy, which comes from supremacists. But black folks mimic that shit every goddamn summer and don't even know why. And they do that shit like clockwork. Because they're mimicking supremacy, whether through action or through vocabulary, but you can't separate the two of them. Bet that. And that's some more shit that they've came up with because they know how to take a negative term, replace the negative term, and then put it in a positive term and then feed it back to people. And they do this every year. It's just supremacist slang. The dominant society has supremacist slang that they use over and over and over. And half the times that shit is to identify us. Crime is supremacist slang. Thug is supremacist slang. Both those things in America, whether a motherfucker want to admit it or not, both those terms means black. Chicago means black. All these terms are just supremacist slang. There was a time when POC and minority were supremacist slang. Those were new supremacist slangs a few years ago. And now look how much they're inside of the American lexicon. Look how much these terms are used in America. Every goddamn politician uses POC and minority to harm the black community. So it's the same thing that they do when they come up with terms like critical race theory. The plan is they create a fake word that is meant to uplift the dominant society and to downplay foundational black Americans. They put that shit in cycle. They put that shit in circulation. Black folks start repeating that shit ignorantly and don't even know why. So it is very, very, very important that you never use a term just because the dominant society created it. Me, I use terms that foundational black Americans and B1s use. I mean, look at it now. B1, that's our shit. That's empowerment. Foundational black American, that's our shit. And that is empowering us every motherfucking day. Keep running with that. Oh yeah, look, African American. That was a supremacist slang word that the dominant society just created with the means to keep us in a stranglehold. That's the only reason they ever came up with that. And look, black folks say, I'm an African American. They put that shit on all your Census Bureau. I'm an African American. Black folks never sat down and said, this is what we want to get called. Matter of fact, this is the first era where black people are choosing what we want to get called. Not what the fuck the dominant society that named us. We not no motherfucking house pets. Hey Muffy, come here. I'm gonna call him Muffy. Come on over here. Here's the dog bone. These motherfuckers been going around the world just making up words and giving them to people. And then the people are so goddamn stupid, they just say it again. Well, the dominant society called me that. That must be what I is. That's no different than Toby. Master gave you a good name. Why you don't like Toby, Kuta? Gone is the motherfucker Toby. Gone is the motherfucking Kuta Kinte. This is Certified Black Society B1 FBA. And we reject any term that is not created by us, all us, every goddamn day. Watch it. So those are terms that they try to use, and this is shit they come up with. So keep your eyes on that. And that went on a lot in 2021. Another thing that went on in 2021 has been the disappearing act of all these fake groups, all these fake militias that are supposed to support the black community. Think about it. 2020, it was Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter, gone. You ain't seen them since the election. Remember, it was the Not Fucking Around Coalition and Scam Master Jay. The motherfuckers disappeared right after the election. I know some motherfuckers still running around here loving on that bullshit. Exposed, period. Let it go, let it go, let it go. That shit has been exposed. That shit has been framed. That shit has been ran off the block. Both of those groups were gone in the middle of the night. Soon as motherfucker 2021 hit and they got them some Joe Bidens and some Kamala Harris's, them motherfuckers left. Disappearing act. I mean, think about it. Look at all the groups that y'all seen in 2020. Where the fuck have they all been in 2021? I'll tell you what happened. They all got the bag and dipped, or mission accomplished. Diverted the attention away from real grassroots black people, shifted the attention to some bullshit, and then pew, gone. Gone. You ain't seen these motherfuckers since. Black Lives Matter, these motherfuckers was going out in the mountains and buying big old goddamn houses. They just got the fuck out of there. And it's to the point where we could call it out. We could say, man, these motherfuckers disappeared. No, they didn't. Yeah, the fuck they did. What's the weather tomorrow? We ain't talking about the weather. We talking about how these motherfuckers disappeared. Donald Trump did it. Anything to change the motherfucking narrative, anything to get the spotlight off of them. You've seen so many disappearing acts. Tamika Mallory. You seen her every so often pop up when it's time to get the bag, but then she was pulling disappearing acts. Because remember, she was running around here talking about something. The Me Too movement, the oppression of women, and the matriarch and patriarch society of men, black men even. Matter of fact, didn't Tamika Mallory say that sexism is worse than racism? Yeah, she said that. And what did she do? She disappeared from anything and reappeared selling Cadillacs. Yup. Sean King, how many times have you seen him in 2021? In 2020, these motherfuckers was everywhere. They was at Breonna Taylor protests. They was at George Floyd. They was at Ahmaud Arbery. They were talking about Freddie Gray and Tamir Rice that had been gone for years. They were always in front of a fucking camera, showing their teeth, smiling, shinning, and grinning everywhere. 2021 rolled around, all these fake blacktivists disappeared. Or shall I say these activists, or shall I say these agents, they all disappeared. 2021 was the year of the disappearing act, where all the fake activists got the bag and split. Every last one of them. That's exactly what they did. Because they are all gatekeepers of supremacy. And that's another thing that has went on in 2021. Now, the gatekeepers, that shit has existed since fucking the beginning of time. But this year, I'm telling y'all, the goddamn gatekeepers was out of fucking control. The gatekeepers was coming out the motherfucking woodwork. They was hopping over fences, coming out through all nooks and crannies. These motherfuckers was everywhere. This year had to break the goddamn record for cooning. I'm telling you, I ain't never seen no type of cooning like these motherfuckers was this year. The coons was on their goddamn job. Making fools out of their motherfucking self, getting ran off the motherfucking block, but they was doing that shit with their coon pride. You had that one motherfucker, Clyde Coon. He get the Coon of the Year for me. I'm sorry, I cast my nomination for him. That motherfucker got to get all the awards. He need to get the Emmy, the goddamn Oscar, the Grammy, the American motherfucking Coonin Awards. He need to get the whole goddamn thing. His trophy case should be full of goddamn butter biscuits. I mean, he looked like a goddamn coon. Straight up and down. He was cooning left and right. You had the politics coons, you had the activist coons, you had the militia coons. I mean, these motherfuckers was not playing. I literally seen Clyburn on TV talking about, I don't even want nothing for black people. And then the next minute he's saying, I'm proud of what I did for those other groups. These motherfuckers is jokes, man. These motherfuckers is jokes, clowns, all the way. Roland Martin, same old bullshit. Angela Rye, same old bullshit. Van Jones cried all year round. I'm talking about from January 1st until about 2 minutes ago, this motherfucker was still crying. So you know that's a guarantee. You know that motherfucker ain't crying. Something's wrong with the world. It might be goddamn snowing in July if Van Jones ain't crying. That's been happening left and right. And the sad thing is, the same community that they always try to uplift is the same community that comes down on them. That's a consistent with gatekeepers. I don't give a fuck if it's the year 1621 or if it's the year 2021. Example, have y'all seen all these divestors and all these swirlers getting taken down by these zaddies? Gosh damn, these divestors are a motherfucking endangered species. Zaddies revenge. Zaddies have been out here left and right, knocking these motherfuckers down, and the same Tamika Mallory's and the same Me Too movement don't say shit. It seemed like every week we see a goddamn video or we see an article saying Shaniqua Jones went out with her zaddy and disappeared. Shaniqua Jones went on a date with some guy she met on the internet and disappeared. Shaniqua Jones, the divester, who's probably on the internet all goddamn day talking about how black men's ain't shit and the real problem ain't supremacy, it's the black man's. And then she chases her ass after zaddy and then you don't hear from her no motherfucking more. I'm telling you, every motherfucking week we keep seeing this shit over and over and over. All these goddamn killer kins. These killer kins is out here left and motherfucking right. And the same motherfuckers that be on the internet coming after our brothers, the same motherfuckers that be on the internet coming after our sisters who support our brothers, be the same motherfuckers getting caught up with these killer kins. I mean, we done seen the goddamn articles. We done heard the motherfucking stories. It is open season. And the crazy thing is that they try to act like Karen, so they try to date Ken. Ken harms them, and then Karen don't say shit. And the same Karen who walk around all day long talking about girl power. Go ahead and leave Jerome. Leave Marquise. The black man is your problem. Come on over here to the Karen side. And then these motherfuckers jump fences trying to go stand next to Karen. Karen's brother, or Karen's husband Ken, or Karen's boyfriend Ken, or Karen's uncle Ken, or Karen's daddy Ken, or Karen's grandpa Ken. He don't really fuck with black people too much. And then what ends up happening? You done fucked around and got harmed trying to be like Karen, and then your ass disappeared. Killer Kens is out here. Zaddies is on the attack. And these divestors is endangered species. But we hate to say we told you so, but we told you so. That's been going on in 2021. Expect that to continue in 2022 and beyond, because the slave mentality will always be here. What did I say? It's the same soup, just reheated, and we keep recycling the same thing over and over and over. That's 2021. Speaking of 2021, let's go back to 2020 to prove this point. We told everybody that Joe Biden was going to get elected and he was going to uplift every other group other than black people. As a matter of fact, we told him specifically that he was going to take the black vote to utilize benefits and resources for every other group other than black people. We said the shit. Now, fast forward. Every motherfucking thing we said came true. We got race receipts for days. We done passed motherfucking receipts. We giving out race spoilers. Because that's all we do. B1, certified black society, the black grassroots, we're never fucking wrong. We're always right. I'm sorry, we popping our own fucking collar. We're right so many motherfucking times, it really gets sad. I mean, name me one thing that certified black society has not predicted that hasn't happened. We call it. We say this is gonna happen, it happens. We say that's gonna happen, it happens. This motherfucker gonna coon, they coon. This motherfucker gonna con you, he gonna con you. This motherfucker gonna lie, cheat, steal, that shit happens. You guarantee it. If we say that shit gonna happen, all the fuck you need to do is sit back and watch it happen. Certified black society is undefeated. We are undefeated. We're not undefeated because we some motherfuckers that walk on water. No, we undefeated because we see through the bullshit. And if you can see through the bullshit, that'll get you where you need to go. But these motherfuckers don't want to see through it because they're a part of the bullshit. And if you ever present this to your average motherfucker, they gonna stick their motherfucking head in the sand. They gonna cover their motherfucking ears. And they gonna say, Master wouldn't do that. Master Joe wouldn't do it. Go back to election night when motherfuckers was doing the election slide in the street for Joe Biden. What ended up happening? Exactly what we predicted was gonna happen. Joe Biden was gonna say, fuck y'all. Matter of fact, he said fuck y'all before the election. He said, the hell with y'all. You ain't black. And ever since then, this motherfucker got a whole laundry list of things he said. We got a whole list of things he said about black people in the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2010s, and he got about 15 new shits he done said in 2020s. And it's only 2021 for a little bit longer. And if you're listening to this shit in 2022, go back and look at everything we just said. Now, rewind. This motherfucker said, you ain't black. Black folks still voted for him. This motherfucker said, the hell with y'all. Black folks still voted for him. They was doing the electric slide in the motherfucking street. They was dancing all goddamn day long. And Joe Biden didn't do a goddamn thing for black folks. Used their goddamn vote, gave that same shit. Black woman saved the election. The black communities had my back. Let's stick up for black people. Then he said, here you go, minorities. Here you go, POCs. Here you go, whatever the fuck you are this week. Take everything that black folks voted for. It's to the point this motherfucker started taking black policies that we created. We created the discussion. And they took what we discussed and gave them away. Check it out. Reparations. Joe Biden has already given out 3 non-American stimulus checks, 4 motherfucking reparations. He's gave out 2 motherfucking hate crime bills and just motherfucking cash out his pocket. This motherfucker was just reaching in his pocket saying, here, just take it. Fuck it. Anything for anybody who ain't black. This motherfucker went to his savings and was giving out money. This motherfucker actually elevated Afghan refugees over black people. Yes, it's one thing for your ass to not get something that ends up going to illegals, that ends up going to motherfuckers from the southern border. These motherfuckers done hopped on a plane, flew all the way over to Afghanistan in the Middle East, went and got a group of people, brought them here, and elevated they asses over black Americans. And here's some crazy shit. They took us and blamed us for the problems in every other community. They said black folks were the mean ones targeting other groups. Y'all know what I'm talking about. They had these fake ass videos of motherfuckers was dressed like the 70s, swinging and missing and shit. Motherfucking one landing no punches. And they used a whole propaganda campaign against black people so they can get someone else hate crime laws that should be ours. Ain't that a motherfucker? Ain't that something? As soon as that other group got that hate crime law, all of a sudden the propaganda went away. So sooner or later, all these other groups are going to say black folks did it. They're going to have fake campaigns, fake slander, fake videos, say the black folks did it, and then they'll get everything that belongs to us. That's the motherfucking play. That's the routine. Y'all seen them fake ass videos? They had like black folks were swinging and missing and shit. And motherfuckers was on national TV saying, black folks have been hurting us. We need a crime bill. And Joe Biden signed that motherfucking crime law the next day. And they put it all on the backs of black Americans. Bullshit. And we all know it's some because the same groups that they were saying we harm, these are the same groups who attack us, abuse us, and assault us. No talk. We done seen the videos. Everybody's seen the videos. Hell, the videos are out there. You see more videos of them attacking us than us attacking them. Anytime it's us attacking them, bullshit, sketchy, lying, motherfucker look like a 1970s film. Anytime you see these motherfuckers attacking us, you see it with your own eyes. But we don't get the hate crime bill. No, other groups have gotten more hate crime laws in one day than black Americans have gotten in 400 years. So yeah, they'll use us to give everybody else benefits. And then they'll blame us for attacking people who attack us all the time. And we all know it. Black Americans have been getting lapped, left out, and elevated over by people who can't even vote, people who can't even speak English, and people who have been in the country for 2 months. Gosh damn. So much for Joe Biden and that goddamn electric slide, huh? But who called that? Who predicted that? Who got the race receipts for that? Foundational Black Americans do. B1 Certified Black Society does. And we gonna keep on cashing these motherfuckers because that's what we do. Now, speaking of that's what they do, Joe Biden and his racial slurs towards black people. That's what he does. This motherfucker not only on the election trail said, you ain't black, the hell with y'all. This motherfucker also called a black guy the great Negro. He's like, the great Negro. Live on motherfucking TV, straight up at a press conference in front of everybody. Then he caught himself and tried to run it back. And it's very rare that he catches himself because this motherfucker, let me tell you something. All the motherfucking lights are on, but ain't nobody home. He also called a black man boy. He said, what a good boy. Joe Biden may not remember his name, straight up. I've seen him forget his own name. He may not remember how many grandchildren he has. He may not even remember that he's president. And my prediction for 2022, he's not even gonna know what year it is. Guarantee. And I want y'all, hey, guarantee this. And I want y'all to come back to this video and say, goddamn, Band done said that shit again. Goddamn. I guarantee you, sometime in this year, he will have a gaffe where he does not say 2022. He will fuck up what year we living in. I promise you it's gonna happen and we gonna all laugh about that shit. Straight up and down. That motherfucker gonna say 2032, 2052. The motherfucker might say 1822 because that's when he was born. But it will not be 2022. And I want y'all to all remember that shit. Mark that down because I want all my goddamn credit when it happened. Goddamn right. So that shit done went down. Also, on the border, we had the chance to see the difference between a black refugee and a non-black refugee. All refugees are not created equal in the United States of America, and all refugees damn sure ain't created equal in the Joe Biden and Kamala Harris administration. Let me explain. We all seen the way the Haitian refugees were treated compared to everybody else. Now, the Haitians were coming over here facing terrible hardships. They were actually dealing with worse situations than everyone else because they were running from a massive magnitude earthquake. Did America give a fuck? No. Joe Biden literally sent agents to go to the border and they literally pulled out the goddamn whips. There were pictures and footage of them whipping black folks on horseback. Yes, like this the motherfucking OK Corral. This is Joe Biden. This is Master Joe. This is Kamala's sister girl, Harris. They were literally whipping black folks on horseback. Never did any of this to any other group. As a matter of fact, they came out and said the people separated at the border from Donald Trump, they all get $400,000 a piece. That's $500,000 almost. A piece. But a Haitian got a goddamn whooping, a lashing. Now, I know Joe Biden said that he had black people's back, but apparently having black people's back meant putting whips to their goddamn back. You see the difference here? Once again, the same Jim Crow motherfucker did the same Jim Crow shit, and we called it out last year. Matter of fact, the term Jim Crow, Joe, we created. And that motherfucker done lived up to that goddamn name. Oh, yes, he has. And what did the black Democrats do? They did what they always do. They ran and hid. Oh yeah, the same black Democrats were talking about vote blue no matter who, and your grandparents' parents died for you to vote for Joe Biden. Them same motherfuckers disappeared and quit talking politics. They quit talking about Joe Biden. They made excuses for anything he did, and other than that, the motherfuckers went to a bat cave. We predicted that as well. I mean, we like fucking 1,000,000-0, undefeated. Everything we said has happened in 2021 has happened. Joe Biden elevated other groups. Joe Biden whipped black Haitians. Joe Biden continued to call black folks boy and great Negro. Everything this motherfucker always has ever said. And black Democrats went into hiding just like we predicted would happen. These motherfuckers done did it. Goddamn. That's a good day's work if you ask me, FBA. Straight up, man. B1 and done on their motherfucking ass. B1 undefeated again. But that's more shit that has went down in 2021. And there's a whole laundry list of things when you talk about these motherfuckers. Oh, let's talk about Hip Hop History Month. That's the only thing black folk got. Everybody else got dollar bill, y'all. Cash rule everything around me. Afghan refugees, illegals, money. They living in Airbnbs, straight up and down. They literally were giving these guys stimulus checks. He literally gave out stimulus checks and reparations. Oh yeah, and hate crime bills. What the black folks get? They got Hip Hop History Month and they got Juneteenth. And all the black Congressional Coon Caucus tap dance around that shit like it was something major. Oh yeah, same old fucking thing. Same old thing. Just change the words, change the labels, same old Sam Bowen. But what do you expect? That's what these motherfuckers do, man. And it's our job to clean their ass out. And that's what we've been doing 24/7. Because this year, the race regulating has been at an all-time high. We've been race regulating these motherfuckers left and right. All my race regulators mounting the fuck up. That's what we've been doing. So anytime they came with that bullshit, we came with that real shit. Anytime they came around here faking, we came out here regulating. And that's what I know we will do. Plus, this shit's fun. It's fun. You gotta like running coons off the block. You gotta like throwing motherfuckers out the club. You gotta like smashing on them. That shit gotta be fun to you. If it ain't fun to you, man, you wasting your motherfucking time. It's gotta be done. Hey, regulating's a tough job, but somebody gotta do it. And it might as well be us. Might as well be us. And we calling them out by name. But yo, some other shit that went on that I thought was like the craziest thing in the motherfucking world was Bill Cosby. Yes, that's the most shit that went on in 2021. The first person that ever beat the Me Too movement was Bill motherfucking Cosby. Phil Huxtable. Not all the motherfucking rappers who talk all that gangster shit and then apologize. All these rappers who talk all that tough shit on their songs and then get canceled by cancel culture. No, the motherfucker who beat cancel culture was Bill motherfucking Cosby. And he didn't come out on no, I'm sorry, I forgives, and I'm a better man. No, he came out, threw the motherfucking two fingers up and said, peace. Motherfuckers thought he was gonna come out on some goddamn, I want you to pick up your pants. He ain't even do that. No, fuck no. Bill Cosby went in that motherfucker, said I'm innocent, came out that motherfucker, said I was done wrong. Straight up and down. He had more motherfucking balls than half these goddamn rappers on the goddamn radio. Cause you know, these rappers will say some shit and then apologize like the next week. They'll put out a whole motherfucking prepared statement. The baby apologized 2 times. 2 motherfucking times. And I salute the baby and I salute Boosie for holding down the baby. We're gonna get to that in a minute. But when it comes to cancel culture and Bill Cosby laid out the motherfucking blueprint. You don't fold. Dave Chappelle, matter of fact, Dave Chappelle did the same goddamn thing in 2021. Dave Chappelle said what the fuck he said. They got mad and tried to cancel him. And he said, fuck you too. And he said, I'll meet with you, but I ain't being summoned nowhere. You ain't making no motherfucking demands. He stood on 10. Like my homeboy Ox always says. He said, it's going to take a motherfucker to say something and stand on that shit. And that's what Bill Cosby and Dave Chappelle did. And that's why they got to get a B1 salute from me all the way around. Because in this era of cancel culture, and you know, cancel culture seems to only ever go after black people. You ever notice when motherfuckers like Justin Bieber and all these W entertainers, they got all types of motherfucking cases. They stories either don't get talked about or they stories get brushed under the motherfucking rug. A lot of people don't even know about it because no one ever picks it up. Cancel culture seems very motherfucking black specific. As a matter of fact, one thing that has been proven in 2021 is that the jig is up and cancel culture is anti-black. As a matter of fact, I'll take it further. Cancel culture sounds like it wears a motherfucking white sheet. Yeah, cancel culture sounds very motherfucking W supremacist. Because a black person can say something that ain't even big. And you know what they'll do? They'll exaggerate it. They'll act like they didn't know what the fuck you meant. They'll twist it and turn it. Fake outrage. Call for you to step down. Act like they're summoning you to somewhere. You know, that wagging finger shit. That's the same thing they always do over and over and over when it comes to black people. I mean, look at it. Naomi Osaka, the tennis player, went after her. Simone Biles went after her. I forget the girl's name. Her name is something Richardson, the track girl that smoked green. They went after her heavy. These are women. 1, 2, 3. This all happened in the summer. They went after all these black folks in the summer. Simone Biles, oh, she quit. She's a quitter. Naomi Osaka, oh, she's depressed. She's just complaining. The track sister I just spoke about, oh, she smokes weed. The same goddamn week, a W soccer player woman came out and said, hey, I smoke weed all the time. They ain't talk about that. They left it alone. Left it alone. We spoke about the baby, went after him. They try to go after Bootsy every goddamn weekend. Dave Chappelle, Kyrie Irving. I mean, every motherfucking day, cancel culture was coming after black folks. Every goddamn day. It was always a black person needs to apologize. They send out all the motherfucking gatekeepers. They send out all the W's. They send out all the fake outrage. And it's apologize for doing nothing, black people. Apologize for not really saying anything that was bad, but we just anti-black, so we gonna exaggerate it. That's what it was all year long. It was tying black people up to the whipping post and whipping them in front of everybody. It was some buck breaking shit. And shout out to Tariq Nasheed for making the movie Buck Breaking, because every single thing he said in that movie, we sat back and watched the modern day version of it play out all motherfucking year long. It was trying to ridicule black people. It was trying to make them apologize, because all we're living in is today's version of W supremacy. And how they used to tie a motherfucker to the whipping post and whip him publicly. Now they summon your ass to the W principal's office and make you apologize publicly. They slander you publicly and they ridicule you publicly. It's all about shaming a black person. Whether you can do that shit with a whipping post or whether you can do that shit in the media. Either way, it's the same supremacist tactic. Denigrate and humiliate a black person publicly to send an example to everybody else. That went on every day in 2021. But you ain't see about all the W's that was out here doing all types of shit. All types of shit. I mean, reckless, ruthless shit in public. Motherfuckers was doing it on camera, smiling. And ain't nobody say shit. The Me Too movement didn't say shit. Cancel culture didn't say shit. Because you cannot expect cancel culture to cancel supremacy because supremacy created cancel culture. They got all these terms, like I said, new labels, same racism. They got all these new terms that makes you think that it's for everybody. In reality, it's only for black people. Critical race theory is to go after black people and protect supremacy. Cancel culture is to go after black people and protect supremacy. That's why I just named you all those black folks and you can't name me one W. And if you ever see a W, what happens? They actually got to step down, they disappear, come right back. The same way that a race soldier cop can harm a black person and they don't get fired, they just get transferred, is the same way that cancel culture will come after a W and they don't really ever get punished and go to jail. They'll just step down for a few weeks, few months, come back, get a new job opportunity, fuck around and get a promotion and a pay raise. Because this has also been the year of the supremacist slap on the wrist. Oh yeah, a motherfucker does something worth going to jail for 100 years, they'll get 2 years. A motherfucker does something worth going to jail for 2 years, they'll get probation. Because in 2021, the supremacist slap on the wrist has been front and center. It's one of the biggest cons that they have used and they ran that shit to the ground. Oh yeah, they did. They love making it look like they're punishing supremacy, but they're really not. Like they're mad at it, but they're really not. They make it seem like they're appalled, but don't ever do shit. How many times does a supremacist do something and liberals, Democrats, be like, I'm tired of this. This is over with. We need to fix it. And then they really don't do shit. Now, when a black person does something, or a lot of cases, black person doesn't do none at all, they come down and lay the law. But a supremacist does it and they act like they about to lay down the law and then the motherfucker get probation. The Derek Chauvin trial, remember that? Oh, we gonna get them. Black folks is out here dancing again. Ben Chump, Al Sharpton, they was dancing in the motherfucking courthouse. Black folks is really running around here thinking Derek Chauvin got something. Derek Chauvin ass will be out of prison probably in the next 2-3 years. Because he received a supremacist slap on the wrist. Oh yeah, yes he did. January 6th. I'm not gonna get all into this, black folks, because y'all know what the fuck I'm about to go there with. January 6th was one of the biggest stories that ever happened in American history. W's by the thousands went into Capitol Hill and did one of the most public criminal acts you've ever seen in your life. Live on camera, they ran into Capitol Hill and tried to attack politicians. This is what happened. And the highest sentence any of them got was 5 years. 5 motherfucking years. I seen people get larger sentences for stealing candy bars from convenience stores, and I ain't lying. Ain't lying. Now somebody will sit here and say, well, you know, can you imagine if black folks did it, man? Of course we know what would have happened if black folks did it, but black folks do not get the supremacist slap on the wrist, and they do not benefit from the whiteness protection program. And it happened again. It happened all through 2021. As a matter of fact, January 6th hasn't even been a year old. And that shit feels like it was 10 years ago because nobody talked about it. Them same Democrats who played the I'm mad at supremacy, we gonna do something about it. They asses covered it up just as much as the Republicans did, because that's something else that was exposed, and we framed it right here on the Black Alpha Network, and Certified Black Society exposes clearly, is that the Democrats and the Republicans are all W's and they're race brothers. Yes, race brothers. So at the end of the motherfucking day, while you think one motherfucker don't like the other person, you come to find out they all go home to their dinner table and they all have their bland mashed potatoes and their Brussels sprouts. And they talk about how black folks think that they really don't get along, but in reality, they're best as buds. Yes, the Democrats, the Republicans, the liberals, the conservatives, the northerners, the southerners, they're all a part of the dominant society. And they get along way more than your ass thinks. And it only benefits them They had your ass thinking that there's two different groups, but in reality, there's only one, and it's called the dominant supremacist society. Speaking of the dominant supremacist society, let's talk about Kyle Rittenhouse. You seen that situation. Kyle Rittenhouse, he did everything he motherfucking did is well goddamn documented. The judge had his back, the juror had his back, all the motherfuckers had his back. The same jurors who be out there talking about we support Black Lives Matter, they're never present in these courtrooms. And you seen his judge said, sit down, don't be brazen with me. The judge was going after anybody who went after Kyle Rittenhouse because he was protecting him. And Kyle Rittenhouse fake cried, walked right out the courtroom. He didn't even get a supremacist slap on the wrist. His ass got let go. And that played out all through 2021. And then Joe Biden came out and said he supported it. So on one hand, Joe Biden saying we need to do something about the justice system. The next minute he said, no, it's good. I support it. So you see where he's at. Ain't that a motherfucker? This all played out. You had a bunch of industry plants. Yes, you had Lil Nas X and Lizzo's and Cardi B's and Megan Thee Stallions. All these motherfuckers was industry plants. They were coming after Black society with their bullshit agendas. They were coming after Black society with some type of con game to manipulate us. Black people are always presented with an actor, an actress, a rapper, a singer. And these motherfuckers aren't there just for the art of making movies or making music. They're there for some type of agenda to pump on the Black society. And they try to lay the agenda down thick. I mean, the same things that the dominant society claims they don't like about Black folks, they take these artists who live out those stereotypes and give them platforms. Anytime the dominant society is providing a platform for a Black person who's off code, then you know that motherfucker's an industry plant. And the industry plant was running crazy in the year 2021. People like Denzel Washington, he won't get an award, but they'll give it to some random Sambo. Oh yeah, Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion is getting a host of award shows. Please, they won't let J. Cole get a goddamn Grammy, but they'll give one to Lil Nas X. RuPaul has won the most Emmys ever for any Black person. So y'all see that they lay it on thick. And that's why we're here doing the 2021 review, because all this shit is in circulation so they could try to play it again. But when they come back with that bullshit, we gonna see it the same way we seen it now. Only difference is we gonna regulate that shit even quicker, and we gonna regulate that shit with style. B1. But yo, I'm gonna bounce, man. I'm gonna let y'all do y'all thing. Enjoy your day, enjoy your night, enjoy your year. Everybody, please stay safe out there and take care of yourself. It's been good breaking down 2021. We're gonna break down 2022, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna keep this thing pushing, B1, and we're gonna pass it on to the next generation so they can build and they can call out the bullshit when they're grown up. Because remember, supremacy ain't going nowhere. They're gonna stay on their bullshit. And the race regulators, we ain't gonna go nowhere. We're gonna stay on our real shit. And as long as we do that, as long as we stay together and as long as we work together, build together and stay strong, nothing can affect us. Nothing can touch us. I promise you that. I promise. So as y'all sit back, man, and y'all watch the ball drop and y'all enjoy everybody, enjoy your family, look to the person next to you. If you love them and you respect them, tell them, man, we got to start giving people their flowers. And I'm not talking about giving them a fucking flower here or there. I'm talking about giving them a whole goddamn bouquet. And let them know. And it don't have to be somebody who's the corner of your life or the center of your life. It could be just somebody that you respect and you got love for. It could be an old friend. It could be somebody that you ain't talked to. If you got an old friend that you haven't spoke to in a long time and you got love for him, man, pick the goddamn phone up and call him. Fuck texting and all that shit, or fuck all that. Well, I'm not good at getting back with people. We'll get back to them. You know what I'm saying? One day a year, man. That's all it fucking take. You know what I mean? But you can lay down the path for the rest of the fucking year, and you can lay down the path for the rest of your life. But all it takes is one move. Every journey starts with one step. Be the one who does that step. You know what I mean? Be humble about it. Be real about it. And if you say you love somebody, they'll say that shit back to you. And you say you respect somebody, they'll say it back to you. And I love and I respect y'all because y'all are my family. 2021 has been a crazy fucking year. I took a lot of losses in my personal life. But at the end of the day, I tell y'all all the time, and I will tell you right here again, I found family, I found purpose in the B1 community. I already had it, but all the B1 certified Black society and all the love everybody's poured on me, all that shit did was spark the fuse that will never motherfucking burn. This flame burns inside me so motherfucking deep, and I won't stop till all of us, foundational Black Americans, B1s, and certifieds are sitting right where the fuck we belong, in the goddamn throne. So remember this, man. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna get out. The place that you're always trying to find in your life, you come to find out 9 times out of 10, you're already there. And the person you've been looking for and the person you've been trying to be, You already are that person. So just pull it out and keep doing your motherfucking thing. But before I go, I got to send a shout out to all my day ones and all my brothers, sisters, kings, queens, goddess, and gods. Y'all stay strong. Y'all keep flexing on them. And I'll see you on the other side. Happy New Year. Black is beautiful and beautiful is black.